Welcome to Solar Eclipse 2017. We are in Vancouver, Washington, and we're going to be getting about 99.5% solar eclipse. We're probably about 3 or 4 minutes out, so we're not going to be dark like 9 o'clock like people in Salem or McMinnville, but we're going to be pretty dark here in a few minutes. Right now, it's probably around, I'd say maybe 7:30. It feels like it's about 7:30 at night. I experienced a total eclipse in 1979 with my brother Dwayne and my dad DeVere and my nephew Stuart. We went to Goldendale, near Goldendale, Washington, and trucked up a hill, and the clouds parted like the Red Sea, and then we saw the eclipse, hugged it out, and ran down the mountain and came back. It was cloudy at that day in Portland, but Dwayne, being the Oregonian that he was, knew exactly every special spot for knowing about the eclipse. So he was the one that led us to do that, and it was a fantastic day, obviously. So anyway, one thing to the Denture buddies, Denture family that I've been blogging about, I was kind of thinking about how, it's darkest right before the dawn, and we're having an eclipse now, but then eclipse will be gone and everything will be back to normal, and sometimes that's the way it feels like when you get your first denture. So it's quite ironic about the way this is going right now. So, but anyway, we're probably about 2 minutes away from total eclipse. We're not going to, like I said, we're not going to have the total eclipse here. It's going to be about 99% eclipse. I do hear a few birds that are kind of, I don't know if they're freaking out or whatever, but they're kind of chirping like they don't know whether to go back to bed or not. I don't know if you can see it, but it seems like that there's a little bit of almost like light patterns that are starting to form on the ground. I don't know if you can see it. Maybe if I can pan over, you can look on the ground and see that there seems to be a little bit of light shadows, I guess you'd call it, that are kind of forming. I don't know if the camera can quite pick that up, but it is kind of eerie the way that's happening. And so I'd say right now maybe it's about 8 o'clock. It seems like it's about 8 o'clock. So, and if you do look over there, one of the lights seems to came on in one of the other units. So that's interesting. Probably on a LED light timer or light sensitive light. So probably because this is a good camera, it's doing a light adjustment, and it probably on the camera seems a little bit lighter than it really is, because like I said, right now it's probably around, I'm going to say maybe it feels like it's about 8:20 in the evening, getting to be dusk pretty much. And I think we've got about 1 more minute until it gets completely full, a little bit south of us, and then it'll start to get a little bit lighter slowly, and we'll go from there. But yeah, it is amazing to see this. I think back to the time in 1979 and how magical it was. And obviously, when something like this happens, it's a once-in-a-lifetime situation. You think about the people that lived through these things hundreds of years ago, thousands of years ago, and you can imagine all the thoughts that they thought. You know, they thought, oh my goodness, you know, what did we do to make the gods mad, and how do we change our ways and things like that. And you know, although it does in the Bible say that there will be signs in the sun and the stars for different changes of patterns, different ends of times and things like that, so you never know. But it is an amazing thing. It looks like the light shadows have kind of stopped, so I think we might have hit the total part for us here maybe about a minute ago, because I think right now I do see that it's starting to kind of get just a little bit brighter. So that's it. That seems to be the total eclipse of 2017 in Vancouver, Washington. And like I said, we hit, I think it was like a 99.4%. So what you saw was probably about as close to a full as you can get. Well, anyway, to my Denture family, I just wanted to also put this out for you guys to also, you know, give you a quick update. I'm doing great, and so you guys take care and have a good week.